was very fast. The chieftain's daughter had been listening to him attentively all this time. Then she saw how her beloved simply turned around and left. Finally, the guy said that his opponent was a real centaur, someone to be proud of, just as he was proud of himself. The brunette couldn't even respond to that. Then she just covered her face with her eyes and started crying. Suddenly, someone appeared behind her and asked what was going on. It was the main character, who smiled sarcastically and asked if he could listen. And when the guys were walking across the field, Sharon said that her lover was really fast, and she heard in response that it was so in the overwhelming majority. Then she turned around and asked how he knew, since she had never seen him, and the guy smiled and said that it seemed to him because he looked fast and he thought that the setting of this place might not have appeared in the novel. But it seemed that they pulled it out of the author's head of the Iron Knight. He imagined the car and thought that it was clearly not for nothing that they named it Schumacher. Sharon then lowered her eyes and said that it didn't matter how fast he was. Personal records didn't matter to anyone. If he couldn't win the match, then how big the difference was didn't matter. And Shat came up to her and said that since he was not using his power correctly in the match, he was probably nervous. But that was not the case. The same thing happened a few months ago as today. Memories immediately appeared in her head that the competition had taken place then. Everyone was shouted to get ready, and according to tradition, the two had an impromptu duel. As soon as they fired the slingshot, they ordered to move forward, and now a second later a child came out. The young man noticed him. Because of this, she had to suddenly start braking. In order not to knock down the baby, he flew to the side and because of this he fell hard. When Sharon saw this, she was very scared. But the blonde continued to run and did not stop. Now the girl was walking across the field and said that her beloved was injured then, and the child was injured even more seriously. It is always like that. Then she looked up and said that the young man was very kind compared to winning the match and the wedding, and with her, for him it is more important that no one around him gets hurt. Lloyd looked at her and asked if so many people were injured, is there no one to solve this? Centaurs who have no one to compete with can't arrange some kind of rebellion.